John D. Rockefeller was an American businessman who is widely regarded as one of the richest men in history. He was born on July 8, 1839, in Richford, New York. His father, William Avery Rockefeller, was a traveling salesman who sold various goods, including elixirs and patent medicines. His mother, Eliza Davison Rockefeller, was a homemaker who instilled in her children a strong sense of religious faith and a commitment to hard work. Rockefeller's family moved frequently during his childhood, and he attended several different schools. Despite this, he was an excellent student and showed an early aptitude for business. At the age of 16, he got his first job as an assistant bookkeeper at a produce commission firm in Cleveland, Ohio. In 1859, Rockefeller went into business with Maurice B. and they raised $4,000 in capital. They made profits in the produce commission business and later switched to refining crude oil, which was in high demand during the American Civil War. Rockefeller was an abolitionist who supported the Republican Party and felt justified in his wealth. He built an oil refinery in Cleveland and used all byproducts, including gasoline, to fuel the refinery or sell as other products. He bought out his partners and established Rockefeller Andrews, positioning himself to take advantage of post-war prosperity and the growth of railroads and an oil-fueled economy. On January 10, 1870, Rockefeller abolished the partnership, forming Standard Oil of Ohio. The railroads competed fiercely for traffic and, in an attempt to create a cartel to control freight rates, formed the South Improvement Company, offering special deals to bulk customers like Standard Oil. Continuing to apply his work ethic and efficiency, Rockefeller quickly expanded the company to be the most profitable refiner in Ohio. Rockefeller was a shrewd businessman who used his wealth and power to control the oil industry. He bought up smaller oil companies and refineries, and he negotiated favorable deals with railroads and other transportation companies to ensure that Standard Oil had a monopoly on the oil industry. Rockefeller was known for his ruthless business practices, and he was often criticized for his monopolistic tendencies. As he said, "God gave me money," and he did not apologize for it. He felt at ease and righteous following Methodist preacher John Wesley's dictum, "Gain all you can, save all you can, and give all you can." However, he was also a philanthropist who used his wealth to support various causes. He donated millions of dollars to medical research, education, and the arts, and he founded several institutions, including the University of Chicago and the Rockefeller Foundation. Despite his philanthropic efforts, Rockefeller remained a controversial figure throughout his life. He was often criticized for his business practices, and he was the subject of several investigations and lawsuits. In 1911, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Standard Oil was a monopoly and ordered it to be broken up into smaller companies. Rockefeller retired from business shortly thereafter and devoted the rest of his life to philanthropy. Rockefeller died on May 23, 1937, at the age of 97. He left behind a legacy as one of the most successful and controversial businessmen in history. His wealth and power were unmatched, and his philanthropic efforts continue to benefit people around the world to this day. One of the key factors in Rockefeller's success was his ability to innovate and adapt to changing circumstances. He was always looking for new ways to improve his business, and he was not afraid to take risks. For example, he invested heavily in the development of pipelines to transport oil, which allowed him to bypass the railroads and reduce his transportation costs. He also invested in research and development to improve the quality of his products and increase his profits. Another key factor in Rockefeller's success was his ability to build and maintain relationships with other business leaders. He was known for his charm and charisma, and he was able to persuade others to do business with him. He also used his wealth and power to support political candidates who were sympathetic to his business interests. Despite his success, Rockefeller was not without his flaws. He was often criticized for his monopolistic tendencies, and he was accused of using his wealth and power to influence politics and the media. He was also criticized for his treatment of workers, who were often subjected to long hours and low wages. Despite these criticisms, Rockefeller's legacy as a philanthropist is undeniable. He donated millions of dollars to medical research, education, and the arts, and he founded several institutions that continue to benefit people around the world. His philanthropic efforts were motivated by a strong sense of religious faith and a commitment to improving the lives of others. In conclusion, John D. Rockefeller was a complex and controversial figure who left behind a legacy as one of the most successful and philanthropic businessmen in history. His wealth and power were unmatched, and his business practices were often criticized for their monopolistic tendencies. However, his legacy as a shrewd businessman and committed philanthropist will continue to be studied and debated for years to come.